Sad Beige is where control freak moms take over the space and make everything some form of beige, white, brown. Nobody's allowed to have any joy in color ever. Their whole house is that. Okay. And I say that, and I can say that because I was a Sad Beige mom.
Welcome to Under the Sun Podcast. I'm Aileeah.
And I'm Irene. Grab a cup of coffee and your comfiest sweats and join us every Monday as two best friends discuss everything from raising free-range gremlins to business and really everything under the sun.
Let's get started, and thanks for being here.
It is the water on the right-hand side, right? The little,
the little spigot.
Okay, that's what I thought. But then I was like, I'm just going to triple check before I drink.
Little baby spigot. Did you add any salt to it?
I did.
Okay, good. Because it basically is just nothing by the time. It's like it's RO, so it's...
We ended up getting a fridge filter because we were buying gallons of water or bottles if we have to. Mm-hmm. And we keep finding little tiny shards of plastic. And we were pouring every water bottle through a coffee filter, and it was so annoying. So then eventually I just went to the store and bought, they have a 2.5 gallon purifier, whatever.
Yeah.
I tried to get the most charcoal-y based one I could find, but now we're dosing all of our water because I'm like, well,
yeah,
I don't know what is in the charcoal, but I also don't know what it's filtering out. So
yeah,
salt it is.
Yeah. It's so annoying that we can't just have freaking water.
Yep. But then you drink nice glacier water runoff off a mountain where a bear pooped out a tapeworm upstream. So what do?
Well, if our body wasn't so overburdened, we would be able to handle that tapeworm and kill it off if our what's the acid in our stomach? Hydrochloric acid? In our stomach, if that was stronger. I used to
know things.
If it was stronger, we would be able to kill it off before it even had time to take root.
I'll take antacids all the time.
Do you take antacids?
No.
Okay, good.
If I'm desperate, but it's rare. It's I think a gallbladder attack, and I cannot sleep and I'm burping up acid. Then I'm like, okay.
Do a coffee enema. If you have a gallbladder attack, it stimulates the bile.
Eat a lemon like an orange. Also stimulates the bile. Tastes delicious.
It tastes good, but have you seen that? You get an organic lemon and you put some water and then some maple syrup, some cayenne, and you blend it all together, skin and all. And then you strain out the pulp and you drink it, and it
sounds delicious.
It is delicious. I've done it, and it's delightful. I kind of want one right now. How's it going?
Good.
We're filming this back to back. We just changed.
Hair's the same. Glasses have not moved.
Yeah. I like your glasses. Did you get new ones?
Thanks. I did. I was going to actually wear them, but then I was cheap and didn't want to spend the extra $55 for the anti-glare. And looked at myself in the mirror earlier and literally could not see my own eyeballs in the mirror. I was like, oh, I'm not doing that. So
can you not see me?
No, I can see you. It's only when I drive at night. Things are getting blurrier. Long story that no one asked for. I got LASIK in 2013. And they told me back then my eyeballs were bad. Could not see past here. Bad. Was at that point where my glasses would be on my nightstand and I wouldn't see them. I'd have to feel around for them. In 2013, which I didn't care. I've been wearing contacts since I was 13. But that was when the zombie apocalypse thing. And I was like, I'd always wanted LASIK eventually. But then was when we went on our Florida trip. We read all the zombie books. Walking Dead came out. And I was like, guys, my glasses are not going to work in the apocalypse. I can't do this. So then that's what literally made me decide to spend money on LASIK, which so far I have no regrets for. But they did say I may need a touch-up in 5 years. And that was prior to kids. Yeah. And I know that children can, if you're not watching your nutrients, make your eyesight go off too. Mm-hmm. But I made it, 11 years? And I've had my eyes checked a couple times because they've gotten a little blurry. And both times I've had my eyes checked in the past, they said that my vision was still 20/20. My stigmatism was creeping back in, which is whatever. But lately at night, I'm like, okay, I probably shouldn't be driving at night. It was getting pretty bad. So it's like, okay, I'll go in. So I did. So it's a very mild prescription and I really only need it to drive at night. But yeah, there's your long story.
The apocalypse?
But the apocalypse, I could not have my glasses get broken and then die in the apocalypse.
The reason I try to stay so up to date on, because politics matter, because policy matters, because people matter, all those things, that if the apocalypse does happen, probably stemmed by our own U.S. government, I want to be prepared.
Yeah.
But like now you have glasses again. Well,
But I can still,
at
like,
night. That's true. You're
only
right.
at night.
Yeah, you're right.
And I can still drive. Like I can still drive and I can still see. It's just I realized I was straining really hard to see far away.
Yeah.
Like up close is fine. Can see you. Can see the camera. Can read all the words on the boxes behind you. Just like far away. So it's fine.
Yeah.
It's just creeping in.
Yeah. That's not what we're talking about today.
Nope.
But also back on what you were talking about, like
Yeah.
kids taking nutrients. I didn't realize that breastfeeding moms are more likely to have cavities. Mm-hmm. And I got a cavity like in the middle. But I think I'm taking pictures. I'll let you guys know. I'm trying to reverse it myself.
Yeah.
Because you can do that. Did you know that? And I'm testing it myself. And I feel
Yeah.
like it's gone down a lot.
Good.
So
I had one pop up in the front too, which I hate. It's like up here on the side. And it's still really teeny tiny, but it wasn't until after I stopped nursing, because coincidentally I like stopped taking all my prenatals, and I took prenatals for years before getting pregnant just because I wanted my hair and nails to grow.
yeah.
So by the time I had my first kid, I was loaded up with everything. And then, you know, momming and working. Now I'm lucky if I drink water in the day. But all of my own doing, which I totally know. But it wasn't until after I stopped nursing in my prenatals that this one popped out. And it's like, oh no, I should have kept going, at least with the prenatals,
Yeah.
to replenish my stores that the kids took.
I did not continue with prenatals at all.
I'm actually going to pick
Leo.
some up this week, partially because I'm still insisting on another baby. But yeah, but I need to get my stores back up there.
You got to do.
Depleted.
Yeah. We'll talk about it. Also, it's none of my business, but we'll talk about it. Okay. So I want to talk about something that's not great.
I'm ready.
It's not great. And I know it's 2 episodes in a row that I have my laptop, but I'm such a grandma. I kind of didn't realize I could make my screen bigger. Yeah, now I don't have to scroll. But I want to talk about Sad Beige.
Yes.
Do you know what Sad Beige is?
Yes, but let's tell everyone.
Okay. Sad Beige is where control freak moms take over the space and make everything some form of beige, white, brown. And nobody's allowed to have any joy in color ever. And
Yeah.
their whole house is that. Okay. And I say that, and I can say that because I was a Sad Beige mom. But I have two things though. There's I thought it would be Dave. I'm embarrassed to say that I was a Sad Beige mom, but like it came at a weird time where like we had too much stuff.
Yeah.
We had too much clutter, and like it was a form of relief for me because it brought like way more peace, because like we had remember our huge walk-in closet? It was like jam-packed with clothes.
Yeah.
You couldn't keep up with laundry, so there was piles of laundry everywhere. And like we're chronic business starters, so we have like band gear, recording gear, making t-shirt stuff, screen printing. We had a yard, so we had yard equipment. We just had so much stuff, and I felt like suffocated by the stuff. So Sad Beige was a little bit to like drown out some of the noise. So here's the positives that it gave me some peace.
Okay.
It led me to decluttering our life, which is awesome. Yeah. And I'm still continuing on that. I highly recommend. Yeah. Because, and there's a podcast. Well, she does have a podcast, but a YouTuber called The Minimal Mom.
Okay. Sounds familiar. I think I follow her Instagram.
She's so precious. She reminds me of you. Like, she's just so nice. And like, if you were to kick back up your YouTube channel, like not in the minimalistic content way, but like, I feel like she reminds me a little bit of you and her just sweetness. Yeah. And I'm like a grub.
Remind me to bring that up later. We'll both forget, but just in case.
Okay. And it gave me a sense of control when like the whole house was chaotic.
Yeah.
And so, but that kind of went with like decluttering. So whatever. Yeah. The negatives, it stole my peace. It did.
Instead of giving you peace.
Yes. It both and like, but the stealing it took too much. Yeah. And I'll get into it a little bit. I spent unnecessary money, oh my gosh, I spent money unnecessarily on aesthetically pleasing things to feel hip and in style and to feel cool, which all roots back to my homeschooled childhood who just wants friends.
But I was a schooled child, and I still like would only wear my polos if they were from Hollister. So
oh yeah,
it just kids are.
See, I don't think I ever went through that phase. Like I don't think I did
had it
that
later. You had it in your 20s.
I had it in my 20s.
Yeah.
Are you in search of tinctures for adults, teens, and kids? We have the brand for you. It is BioRay. They have the whole spectrum of parasites, liver, gut, sex drive, everything. They have everything you need in tincture form, and it's gentle and it's safe for your kids and your family. So you should buy it.
Yeah. Check out bioray.com. Use code UTSP10 for 10% off your orders. Their website is super helpful if you have any questions. Their customer service is one of the best. You can message them on anything. Like I had a dropper clog and I just wanted to make sure like, hey, is this clogged or am I growing like a bacteria that is going to be harmful or whatever? They were super helpful. I sent pictures and their response is amazing. So you can also go and fill out this like questionnaire thing on their website and they will help direct you into what kind of supplements you need.
Yeah, because it's really hard to determine. Like it's hard to like observe your own body and be like, what do I actually need? And they'll like ask leading questions so that they can help guide you to what you really need. So yeah, bioray.com, code UTSP10. And I'd never had it before because like I've never really had, we had double income, no kids like at that point.
Yeah.
And like I didn't like, I for once could actually like dictate what
your house decor.
Yeah. And to a certain, I wasn't like spending thousands of that was never, I was still thrifting. That was
the
never.
People that we follow them because they thrift and it's like, guys, should I get this table or this table? I'm leaning towards this one, but it's $8,000 instead of $3,000. I'm like, homie, I will never spend $3,000 on even my car. So
yeah, ever on.
Yeah.
It made me not be a good steward of our money because it's just, instead of like, I don't know, we need a trash can, like being like, oh, I don't want just like a basic black trash can. It's not cute. Like,
yeah,
which is annoying. Okay. And I know this does not sound great for me, but I'm just trying to be honest
but you're being
here.
Vulnerable and that's people need to hear it.
Yeah. And the last negative is I wasn't grateful for the home I had prayed for. Yeah. Like even like we had a house before and then the medium term rental and here I felt like I couldn't post anything, even just like a casual story, because like I had this anxiety of like it needs to be aesthetically pleasing to be on Instagram.
Your house was amazing.
What, the old one? Yeah, but like
there was never a corner where I would be like, ew, I can't post here.
I mean, dog hairs everywhere. But
nobody's gonna see that.
I know, but like I think, and I won't get into it, maybe someday we'll talk about it, but like a group of people I was hanging around, I think I wanted to fit in more than I realized. Yeah. And I let them influence me. Yeah. But also, which is embarrassing to admit as a now 31-year-old, that like a 29-year-old, 28-year-old was able to be influenced, but we are human. But also, I don't say this lightly because I'm not this way. I literally had to pray it off of me. Yeah. Because like, this is a whole long story that maybe someday we'll share, but yeah. I had prayed that I was like, hey, like something just doesn't feel right. Like it feels like what's going on? So I prayed that I was like, God, anything that's not, that you don't want me to be doing, seeing, being, hang out with, whatever, like make it very clear. Like kind of like how Michael Scott, like tell me like I'm 5. I'm like, yes. I have literally prayed like I am so dumb and I forget things so quickly. Can you just like make it really clear? I know as every Christian probably has like, just like I'm a dodo. Yeah. But like pretty immediately, like I stopped seeing in beige and I started to see that like it was a control problem. Like I was being a control freak about like things that didn't matter. Like it was, like I was obsessed with trends and fast fashion and like how to look to people on social media. Yeah. And like what to wear to church to where I like fit in with people. Yeah. And that's not what church is supposed to be about. That's not what my home is about. Like that. Like I know it's controversial, but like the Proverbs 31 woman, like is great. But like, I feel like I was doing a super disservice, not to anybody else. They didn't care. Yeah. Leo didn't care. But I was stressing the F out about it. And I don't know why. Like, I don't know where, like I know where it came from. But like at the time I was like, why am I so stressed? Yeah. Like I didn't used to care about how my house looked. Like, and I think there's there's two avenues to the story, and stop me if I'm rambling, but you can definitely like be a steward of your home and buy, like if you're going to buy a thing and your heart posture is in the right place, you're just like, yeah, like I'm going to buy the thing that's prettier because there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
But my heart posture was like, I have to impress people. I have to fit in.
I look dumb? Is somebody else going to think I look dumb in this? Not,
yes.
Ooh, that's my favorite color.
Exactly.
Which I'll tell you what, having a daughter, especially as like Leo gets older and goes shopping with you, aware of what you're doing.
Yeah.
To see like we'll go to Walmart to pick up toilet paper. And my daughter's like, oh, Mom, that's my favorite color. And I'm like, that is the most hideous looking thing.
Aww.
It's so beautiful because it's red and I love red. And I'm like, I used to do that with pink. And now like, it's just interesting to watch her. Like, man, parenting really does like retrain you as a person almost to like watch this beautiful baby goat. That is fluorescent red. But if you want it, you rock it. Well,
it has been beautiful with Leo because she loves sharks and butterflies. And I even said this prior. I was like, when she's a potato, I'm dressing her how I want. And I, that will probably stay the same for the most part with the next children.
Yeah.
But I'm like, when she starts getting an opinion, I'm not going to squash that for sure. I'm not going to stifle her style. I know lots of people who like won't let their kids have any fun shirts like monster trucks or whatever. Whereas like Leo saw a shark shirt at a yard sale and was like, oh, shark shirt. Never showed interest in sharks. Shirt. And it is so stained. It is so dingy. Cute. But I wash it every week. And like she still wears it. And I don't care because like literally it's this conversation starter. People are like, oh, I like your shark. And she's like, it's a shark shirt. It's blue. And like, like that brings her joy.
Yeah.
But all that to say, I feel like the Sad Beige movement has bred like discontentment and control issues. And I can say it because I was in it.
Yeah.
And I had to, and it, like, I don't think it's biblical.
Yeah. Do you know where it started from? I'm curious Instagram starts a lot of things, but like where did it come from that everyone just stopped wanting color in their house?
There also just style. Like it's like a new style. Just like now color drenching is a whole thing, which is very pretty.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty. Like the green on the ceiling and all the bookshelves. It's all pretty, but everything is in trends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was a reel, I think that Jacob sent it to me a long time ago because we were kind of laughing at the beige everything. But he sent it to me and it was like the person, I don't remember, somebody was yelling, they've taken the color out of the rainbow. And I'm like, what is happening? And it goes, t-shirt. It was like someone's just yelling. T-shirt, beige. Bedspread, beige. Table, beige. Oh, you have to see this beautiful rainbow that I got. And he actually like stitched it on a clip of this girl. You have to see this most beautiful rainbow. I bought it for my daughter. I got it at Target. It's just so gorgeous. Look. And it was like brown, light brown, beige, and white. And then that's where the beginning of the video circled back around. He's like, they took the color. And we were cracking up. But we should do a podcast on being a submissive wife because I know that's always a hot topic.
Yeah.
There was one day when we were going to church and I was like grouchy. I'm like throwing my clothes everywhere. Just one of those mornings where you're extra insecure.
Yeah.
And
luteal phase.
Probably, yeah. But I'm like, I can't wear this. This is going to be stupid. My hair is a mess. I don't have time to put makeup on. I'm like complaining out loud. And my husband walked in the room and said, hey, you need to cut that out. If you're only going to church, like basically like was like, you need to snap out of it.
Yeah.
I'm not like, we will never step foot in church again if you're going to act like this every time we go. And it wasn't like how dare you say that to me? Because I knew that I was wrong.
Yeah.
And it like, and we have side note to that, because I know we're going to probably get comments of like, how dare he say that to you? Like we have the relationship that I would assume that he would tell me, hey, you're being an idiot.
Your spouse is the best mirror of yourself.
And sometimes when he's being an idiot, I'll tell him, hey, you're being an idiot. So you have to have that. Like there's a respect there where I appreciated him snapping.
You also know him so well that you know the time and place of like, hey, maybe when he's actively like, I don't know, being an idiot now, like wait till you get home and the kids are in bed or something. Be like, hey, you're a jackwagon or you know.
Yeah. But I know that he also doesn't say things lightly. Like he meant with every fiber of his being, we will never go to church again if you're going to be this concerned every time we walk in the door. Which is funny because you audibly process that. I internally process that. So Dave would I'm sure he hopes I internally process. No, actually we worked very hard because I used to internally process.
Yeah.
And he's the one that kind of pulled me out of it. He's like, I don't know what you're thinking. If you're just slamming, not in this instance, but I'm paraphrasing the story.
In this avenue,
if you're slamming clothes around,
yeah,
I don't know what you're thinking. Just say it out loud. But then sometimes, it's like, okay, the children are around,
Dave
and they
would
can
have
hear
never
you talking like you're a crazy person.
Yeah,
so.
and he knows. Like I've talked to him about it, but I'm like, I literally had to pray it off and then recognize like it was like the Band-Aid was ripped off, and I saw the wound of like, this is control, this is discontentment, this is like I'm coveting, especially on Instagram and Pinterest, where like I see these beautifully aesthetic cottage homes that are all white and beige, and like I'm like I'm not audibly saying I'm jealous. I'm not like, but I'm scrolling through Pinterest and like feeling discontent because we have a fixer-upper, which is not me.
Not you at all.
It's not me.
No.
I love our home. I love our lifestyle.
Yeah.
Like we intentionally bought this fixer-upper house so that like we could live off Dave's income because we couldn't do it in our old house.
Yeah.
And like we desperately wanted like a simpler lifestyle. Don't get me wrong. Bidenomics, economics, like it all sucks because it's all tight. But it was me. Like it was a heart posture problem of like I desperately wanted to fit in. I wanted to, and I don't like that as like a grown adult. And I'm definitely like, since I have backpedaled and like now my wardrobe is back to normal.
Yeah.
And like there's some things that like I still like to look. Like we still have our white couch, which it was like $300. I haggled it from a college student on Marketplace. It's originally $3,000.
Jeez, Louise.
She was selling it because it wasn't her vibe.
I also, though, with the kids, I was like, not that I wanted them to look a certain way, but like, I just didn't like character things.
Yeah.
I don't know why. And I still don't love them. And so, you know, if someone gave us like Paw Patrol pajamas when they were infants, I'm like, they're a potato. I don't want a Paw Patrol. Ew.
Yeah.
But then the other day we were at Walmart and they had Super Mario pajamas, and I was the one that was like, they're only $6. And this kid has lived in his pajamas all week.
See, but that's the difference is like, it brings him joy now. But like when they're a baby,
Mario.
like, dress them cute and aesthetic. And like,
if you're
doing
a baby,
family
you're going to be in like a
photos,
suit and tie or some type of animal costume. Sorry, kids.
Yeah. But to me, it was like, I don't know. And I still think it looks pretty, but I think my heart posture was so bad.
Yeah.
And not in the right place. And I think you can definitely be a steward of your home.
Yeah.
And have it like look, there's nothing wrong with being like, oh, I like the cottage trend, but like don't idolize it. Even.
Yeah.
Like don't idolize that. And I'm not like this to talk, you know.
Right.
I am a Christian. I'm learning how to discern it and to Bible study, do all the things, because for many years, I think I just repeated a lot of what I had already heard. Because, you know, you grow up in church and you're just like, oh, yeah, I know all this stuff.
Yeah.
But, like, I'm in the era of learning it for myself and being like, oh, they just misconstrued all of this and just use it as a weapon. So, like, which we should talk about sometime.
Yes, we should.
But, yeah, I just have, like, it breeds everything. It has discontentment, control issues, perfectionism, idolization, and like coveting, which is all like the 10th commandment is thou shalt not covet. And like that, to me, I think Pinterest is great and being aesthetically pleasing is great. And even like dressing nice for church, sure. But like who are you dressing nice for? Yeah. Like why, for me now, like when I kind of like go into a church, I'm like, if everybody's super trendy, I have a little bit of a red flag. Yeah. Because I'm like, even, I don't know, I enjoy fashion. Yeah. But like, do you think we care too much about it?
I think it's always a fine line.
Yeah.
Always.
Like, we don't need to be in potato sacks, but I'm also like, you know, like when you just start to peel the layer back of like, oh yeah, the government doesn't care about you. The medical system is broken. Oh, the farm. Like, I'm just like, I just want to wear, like, and I do just want to wear linen that's like stained whatever color in natural, like beat or whatever. Yeah. But I don't, like, I'm really leaning into the mother and wife that God is calling me to be.
Yeah.
Not making friends with people who make me feel lesser than.
Yeah.
And then also like, it was like I think I was like demonically oppressed or like, or not, because I can't be.
You can't be possessed.
You can't be oppressed. Like it felt like, I hate saying this, but I felt like I literally had to say like spirit of perfectionism and control and all this beige shit. As literally I said, flee in the name of Jesus. And like, I felt like I could finally see color again.
Yeah.
And it's so weird to admit.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
What do you think of that?
I think if you noticed a difference right away, I think it's whatever.
It was just,
absolutely.
I don't like verbiage like that because I'm not like a prosperity gospel person.
Yeah.
But like, it felt like a weight was lifted off my shoulders.
Yeah. Yeah. That's good.
Yeah. I just have like, so Proverbs 21:20 says, precious treasures and oils are in a wise man's dwelling, but a foolish man devours it. And then Matthew 19:21, do not lay up yourselves treasures on earth where moths and rust destroy and where thieves break in and steal, but lay up yourselves treasures in heaven where neither moths or rust destroys and where thieves do not break in and steal. For where your treasure is, your heart will also be. Mm-hmm. And I'm like as I'm like dismantling all this in the last like 9 months, like all of my treasures were in like looking aesthetically pleasing on Instagram and then to people in our life.
Yeah.
Which is not glamorizing to admit, but we can all fall captive to it, I guess.
Yeah. And maybe it'll help someone who's like stuck in that. Can't have anybody over. Can't take pictures in my house. Can't do this. So.
Yeah. But what's funny is that like, I know you, like if you come over, I'm like, I don't care how my house looks. And I usually don't apologize for it. But like, if there was a certain group of people coming, I'd feel like I'd have to like.
Yeah. Put everything in order.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Are you a person?
I'm a person.
Are you a person that breathes? Yeah. Then you probably have a worm in your booty.
Oh.
If you have a pulse, you have a parasite. Yeah. So, and it's not because you're dirty and it's not because you're gross and you can wash your hands 75 times a day.
Even if you haven't been to a third world country.
You're going to get worms.
Yep.
So
everybody
go to rogershood.com and use the code UTSP10. You'll get 10% off of this kit. It's a beautifully packaged kit. It has everything you need for a 30-day cleanse to get those worms out of you.
I would just say, figure out who God wants you to be, not like what the current trends are.
Yeah.
Especially if you like have a problem where you want to present as somebody who's, like either super fashionable or put together or whatever.
Or however you would say it, guard your heart from friends that put you in that position at all. If a friend makes you feel lesser than, I would question if they're actually a friend. When you say that, like I have acknowledged it before that I had a feeling of like, I don't know if I trust this person. Yeah.
Like pretty early on, and I usually have really good discernment, but like something about it.
I wonder if you did just if you hit your late, what is the word? How do I say it? You were a late bloomer in that area. Because you guys moved around a lot when you were in those formative years. You didn't really have a group to like learn.
Yeah.
That, and your sisters were all older and not the most helpful.
Yeah.
And like giving you that girl group camaraderie thing.
Yeah, I don't know. But I'm also really glad that I'd rather have a few quality friends that actually like hopefully like feed in, like help each other versus like a whole bunch of surface level friends. Yeah. So
on that note, we've been rewatching for the last 2 weekends. We've been rewatching.
Please say Psych.
No, Lord of the Rings. So we watched.
I like Lord of the Rings, but I thought we were gonna get on a Psych kick.
No, that was my like favorite movie. I have seen I could because I half did it last weekend when we watched all 3 in a weekend. Sat and like.
I'm sorry. How many hours is that?
Every night we'd sit down, and if the kids are like, "This is too scary," I'm like, "Then get over it. Go upstairs and play." Every night we'd watch it and I would crochet and Jacob would work on his laptop where I need to get him a RFID or an EMF laptop things.
Yeah. Tell him not to touch it while it's charging.
Cooking his goods and I'm trying to have a baby. Anyway, so if someone knows of an EMF laptop shield that is not $7,000, please tell us, DM us or something. But so he would do that and I would crochet and the kids would just play and we'd watch 3 nights in a row. And then this last weekend we watched The Hobbit. And all of this to say 2 things. I probably said at least 500 times, I am so annoyed that it's not socially acceptable to wear capes anymore. And I like mean that with all of my being. All of my being. But again, to tie it back to my daughter, she keeps walking around with my tape measure, the cloth one, and she'll hold it behind her butt. And I keep saying, no, but don't lose my tape measurer. No, this is my cape. And I'm like,
do I need to make her a cape?
So I've made her 3.
Okay.
I made her a pink one because she said she wanted a pink one. But then Elsa's is blue. So because I'm a sucker, I went to the craft store and I bought her blue. And then I bought her this $6 dress from Walmart. And I sewed it to the top ridge of her dress so when she walks. But her favorite color is red. So I made her a red one. And guess what she wears as a cape? My tape measure that she holds behind her butt and walks around with it. But so
it's your imagination.
It is.
That's nice.
But also to say, don't buy your kids toys. Just give them things. But as we're watching Lord of the Rings, the I would say the name, but it's not gonna mean anything. The one of the elf leader queen people is walking around. She goes, "Mommy, that's a beautiful cape." And I said, "I know. I wish I could wear this without being put in an insane asylum." So
you should. People
we're
are
totally gonna wear capes. Both her and I think, are gonna go dress up this fall for Halloween for
Okay, kind of related.
Yes.
I hate how crappy we all dress now. And I know it's hard. Here's the thing. I'm not saying that people should follow the trends and always be stylish, but I think we have lost quality for quantity of clothes. And also the leggings movement. Like I hate seeing women wear leggings out in public now. Like I never used to be this way.
Yeah.
But I'm like, just put real pants on. Like I don't want to see your butt cheeks. Mm-hmm. Also, the whole bra, and this is who I used to be, so I'm fully aware of all the dismantling of my whole being. But I prayed for this. I prayed for anything that wasn't that I had misbeliefs, whatever. I prayed that was just show me. And so leggings is one of them that whose attention are you seeking if you're wearing a bra and high-waisted tight leggings where basically we can see your butt cheeks and every single curve. And for me it's hard for when married women do it. I'm like, whose attention are you seeking?
Yeah.
What is wrong in your marriage that you are seeking other people's attention? But anyways, we just don't dress nice anymore. Yeah. And I'm saying including myself. I'm wearing a t-shirt and
even
leggings right now, but I'm at home.
Well, and I came to your house hold on. Okay, I'm not gonna lift my leg. I came to your house in my
but you
biker short leggings.
But you came here. I'm saying
because I'm on my period and I don't care to put pants on.
But if I was because we're synced up.
But if I was going to work, I would have something long enough to cover my butt.
But that's the thing is leggings are fine if you cover up your booty because nobody wants to see that. Yeah. But I just feel we lost so I'm trying to just to dress nice, not for anyone's approval, but just also for myself to be I'm gonna get dressed up just to go do a regular thing. Yeah. Because it makes me feel put together, but not in a controlling way. Yeah. Again, heart posture stuff.
Well, even watching stuff with period piece stuff.
So you should wear capes.
Yes. I'm probably going to actually make a lot more just because I'm in the middle of crocheting one that's kind of a sweater, but it's extra long. Yeah. And the crazy thing is they're all vintage patterns that I need to find. I'm on the active hunt, which I'm going to have to probably not do it in this state, but I'm on the active hunt for vintage crochet books. Okay. From England.
We should go to my favorite thrift store. They have a whole bunch. Okay.
So all the patterns are on Etsy, but it's somebody that has a book that is selling the patterns on Etsy. But these things are beautiful Victorian kind of capey crocheted things. So I did buy one pattern and it's going to take me forever, but it's going to be basically a cape.
It's amazing.
That I make myself. But watching a period piece, and no, I don't think because we also started Pirates of the Caribbean last night. So we're just going through all my top favorite nerd movies.
I love Pirates of the Caribbean.
And it's the part where she's putting on the corset.
Oh, yeah.
And she's like, women in London must have learned not to breathe. And it's like that. Okay, if you're contorting yourself so much, that's a problem. But like, she's still gallivanting around town in this like multi-layered puffy dress. And I'm like, if I could wear that without getting made fun of, I would.
Who cares if
and I mentioned that to a client once. She's like, go to a Renaissance fair. And I was like, I might actually go just to get it out of my system.
I would go to a Renaissance. Okay. I've never been to one. And they did them on Gilmore Girls.
Let's
and I've always wanted to.
I'll wear a 17-layer skirt. And another thing that I need to work out, since we're kind of on like the fashion topic now, is being able to wear a skirt without hyperventilating, which we'll do that. That's another thing my husband has had to say before. And I'm fine with my daughter. Well, she prefers dresses. Even tonight, I was like, we're going to go play at Cousin Leo's house. I'm going to wear this. I was like, let's put some shorts on. I want to wear my dress. And I'm like, okay, but you still have to put some shorts on because she's 3 and is always upside down somewhere. Yeah. But there was one time, actually multiple times, that Jacob has said to me, don't push your upbringing, not traumatic. However he said, he's like, don't bring your upbringing's ideas on our daughter who loves dresses. Yeah. So I'm like, don't you want to wear these pants? And I don't know. Yeah. She loves for me to match with her still. Mm-hmm. And so even on Easter a few years ago, we bought matching dresses because for once I had planned ahead of time instead of panic searching on Amazon for something to get there in time. And she was like so happy, and I love the pictures, but wearing a dress like almost made me hyperventilate, which is a topic for another day. But I'm still kind of getting over that. Yeah. Like even it
depends on the style of dress for me. Yeah.
I bought, and I internally me wants a long floor length flowy something, but anytime I put on something that is floor length, I like kind of panic. So it's breaking.
You probably have to just
breaking
like wear
weird cycles
like
of
just
that.
Keep it on.
Yeah. I'm sure if I had a cape, it would definitely like shut that off. But yeah. And to tie that Lord of the Rings thing back into Friends, as we were watching these, I kept telling Jacob about all of the stories of me with like my core early childhood friend group. And I was like, we went to all these midnight premieres, and then we started Pirates of the Caribbean last night. I was like, I was also at this midnight premiere with the same group of friends. And it's like that. I hope that everyone can have the chance to find a good core. Yeah. Because to this day, like we still have a group chat that has been ongoing since we were all 12, since we all had phones, but like this group chat's been going forever. And that's great. Nice. So I hope everyone can find friends that let them wear capes and don't make you clean your house. Capes. And
just wear capes.
I have kind of started to. Have you noticed?
That's a shirt. Just wear capes. Yes. Like just do it.
Well, did you notice that green and black checkered thing? I think I wore it to your house. It's like a vest.
When?
Long thing. I'm like in my own way wearing capes. Okay. Slowly starting to.
Great.
Modern ones until I can like pivot the tides. Anyways, we're going to Renaissance Fair.
Let's go. I would totally do it. Because I want to. Because like, when you first met me, I used to wear vintage clothes. Yeah. And like, I loved it. I loved being able to like find thrifted things. I love like finding little gems in secondhand stores and like unique things. I would never say I had like a maybe specific style. Yeah. But I think somewhere along the way, because of like, working a full-time job and not having time to go out and thrift, and then like got pregnant, body changed, needed clothes that fit the current body. It just like, I lost like a little bit of me and my personality during that. Yeah. And now I'm like getting it back a little.
That's still a hard one. Yeah. Because the things like I did make a full circle skirt that for Nova and I that match. Yeah. And like every time I caught a glimpse of myself in the mirror, I had to tell myself not to look because it was fun, but but not in like I hate this way. It's I know it's something I have to work out way because it's a new hip bone structure type of thing. So it is still going to be, I don't know, any mom, I think. Even with my youngest being 3, it's like a weird shift when you're shifting clothing styles. Yeah. And all of a sudden you're wearing this wider skirt on your hips that are wider. It's a weird thought to be a parent.
But wide hips are like, I see it as a positive. Do you see wide hips as a positive?
Only when I think about anything Dwight has ever said about like birthing hips. But I do see it as positive.
Yeah. Because the hip thing, I'm like, I'm okay that it's wider because a 10-inch head came out of that, right? No, 14-inch.
Yeah.
14-inch.
Wasn't it 15?
It was 15.
Like, wait a minute.
You were there. You were, see my.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting. We should have a, not like body positivity, but like a conversation about, because like you change. And so like you have this, for me, I have like this doll in my mind that I know like, oh, hey, if I look at this skirt, like, oh yeah, that will fit me. But I haven't replaced that doll in my mind with the current me.
Yeah.
It's still the pre-baby me. And it's not like I'm trying to punish nothing. No, it's just like I don't know how to replace her.
Yeah.
Like in my mind, because like I'm a new person.
For her for an entire adult lifehood.
Yeah. And so that's something I'm still navigating of like, I'm trying to like find what style does fit this, like these hips and like the new torso and the tube sock boobies. But yeah. But anyways, I hope maybe if someone's listening to this and you have had a hard time keeping up with the trends and feeling like, oh, like my Instagram has to look a certain way, or like I can't post stories unless my house looks fantastic.
Yeah.
I hope maybe my social media and things have pivoted to where it's like an encouraging place. Like, hey, like actually like we're like slightly white trashy and like it's kind of messy and chaotic here. My kids barely ever wearing pants and wearing like a big stained shark shirt. Like I would rather that lifestyle instead of her being like, Mom would never let us have any fun or any fun outfits, or like let her bloom into her personality of liking sharks and butterflies and worms. Like I hope this encourages you to like maybe just pray against it and like figure out what your actual priorities are.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
This is an embarrassing episode for me.
You did it.
Yeah.
And it's going to help. I think it'll help people know, A, they're not alone if you like are feeling all the stresses of everything.
Yeah.
And B, like just maybe it'll give people the self-confidence to do and wear what they want. Be what they want, decorate what they want.
Wear the cape. Okay. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Thanks for being with us today. Follow us on Instagram at underthesun_podcast. We'd love to meet you. Please help us out by subscribing on YouTube and leaving a review on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. We'll see you next time. Please remember this information is made available to you for informational and educational purposes only. It is in no way a substitute for medical advice.